Hi, today we're going to create your student-led conference site using Google Sites. So you can either Google Sites, or you can go to the URL, which is sites.google.com. Now, wait a second, don't just create a site. We're not going to create it from here. You need to go to New Google Sites. Then once you get New Google Sites pulled up, you're going to go to the red circle on the bottom right with a plus sign, click it, and create a new site. Now that you're here, you can go ahead and create your site name and your title. Let's just title it your name and then hit enter, and it'll automatically format it like this. So underneath, you're going to write student-led conference site. And then you can even do your site name here. Now we're going to create your pages. So we're just going to get the basis for your student-led conference site. Then you can go back later and personalize it with your thinking. So if we go to pages, you're going to click this circle down here and click new page. The first page that we're going to create is your house page. Hit done, and you're going to create a new page. The next one is your My Goals page. The next one is your My Data page. And then finally, the last one you're going to create is your My Learning page. Okay, so now we've got 5 pages. We're done with creating pages. We're going to go back to the home page, which we're on right here. And on your home page, you are going to be required to have 2 things. So the first thing you're going to do, if you go to insert, you're going to insert an image of yourself. You can get this off of Line. You can send it from your phone to your email, however you need to do it. But we're going to find an image of yourself. Or if you want to insert an image of something inspirational, if you can't find an image of yourself, you're just going to find something that will be good here, preferably an image of yourself. I know I have one here. So there's the image of me. And then another way that you can insert a text box instead of going over here is if you double click, this little widget will come up and you can click text, and you can insert text with that. Your text on your homepage for your student-led conference site is going to be an inspirational quote. So it can be a song lyric, quote, something that is appropriate and is kind of symbolic to your life. So mine is going to be have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. And I'm going to make it bold, and I might even make it like a heading so that automatically you can see formats it to different styles by doing that. Okay, so we're done with this page. Now we're going to go to your house page, and I'm just going to tell you a few things that you're going to need to have on your house page. You're going to come down here, we're going to add text, and you're going to tell us your strength, whether it's respect, responsibility, perseverance. Tell us what your strength is. And then underneath that, write why you feel like this. I feel like this because, and it's a good idea to be sure that you provide evidence. All right, instead of having to do that whole thing again, what you can do is duplicate the section. It'll put it below, and then change the title of strength to one area to improve. And then choose the how, respect, responsibility, perseverance. You can be specific with what segment of that habit of work and learning you need to improve on, but state why you feel like you need to improve on that. All right, we're done with that one. You can go to My Goals page. On the My Goals page, there's two big things that you need. You need your short-term goal. So let's write my short-term goal is to, and then tell us what your short-term goal would be. And then underneath that, tell us how you can achieve that. I can achieve this by, and then tell us how you can achieve this short-term goal. Again, instead of writing the whole thing over again, you can just duplicate this section, change the word short to long, and now you've got a place to put your long-term goals. Again, we'll do that later. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which is the My Data section. Okay, the My Data section will have three major components to it. Again, we're going to create a text box, and we're going to make this bold. And the first thing you're going to have is your attendance. And for your attendance section, we're going to create two bulleted things. You're going to have your days absent. So tell us, I have missed, and then the number of days that you have missed. And then if you've been filling out a absent chart, then you can just put the link for this absent chart. So if you just write the words absent chart or absence chart, then you can highlight it and you can link the absence chart on there that you've been using. Just go to Google Classroom, find that sheet, and then put your absence chart in there. Okay, next section, and we'll just actually duplicate this again. We're going to change this to your grades. And on here, you're going to tell us each of your classes. You can list them in order. So you can type in Butterfield News Network, if that's your first class of the day. And then tell us what percentage you have in that class. So maybe you have a 98%. And you can always fill in those later. The next class you're going to fill out as your second hour class. So maybe it's social studies. And then maybe you have science. And again, you're going to add in your percentages later. Then just go with your schedule. Maybe the next class you have is reading enrichment. And then math. And then let's say maybe your next class is, I forgot language arts. And then the last one you're going to put is your last hour class, which maybe is athletics. And then you're going to go back after this tutorial and put your percentages in. Look at eSchool to get those percentages. Okay, so the next section that you are going to do is your ACT Aspire score. So you can, again, duplicate this section instead of reinventing it again. And here, instead of grades, it's going to say ACT Aspire. And then write the 4 categories for ACT Aspire, 4 subjects. So you've got your reading, and then you might put your reading score, and then write whether you're ready, close, exceeding, needs support on there. So maybe your reading needs support. And then maybe in English, write your score. And you can, again, always go get that later. But maybe you're close. And then maybe you're really great at math. So in math, your score is really high and you are exceeding. And then the last section is your science score. Go ahead and put your score there. And maybe you are ready in science. So again, look all this information up later and add it when we're done with the tutorial. Now we're going to go to My Learning page. And the My Learning page, we're going to create a text box. And we're going to put in your schedule again. So let's say first hour you have Butterfield News Network. Whatever your Explore class is, first hour. And then underneath that, you are going to write what you have, what your GLOW is and what your GROW is for this class. So the way I would do it is I would say on here, I have done well at, and then tell us what you've done well on. Then tell us what your grow is. I need to improve, and then tell us how you can improve it. So again, and one thing you might want to put here is, just so you know, is this is your glow. And down here, this is your grow. So we're going to duplicate this section. So again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you're just going to go through every class. Okay. So now we've finished adding all of your courses. You'll again have to go back and add in what your glows and grows are. Then finally, when you're done adding all of your stuff, you can get a little creative. So if you want to be super creative, you can change the theme by clicking over here at themes, and you can just click different things, and it'll change the theme for you. Find colors that you like. You can even add in your own images, and you can make it look the way you really, really want it to look. But just make sure that it fits your personality. It's very professional, always appropriate, and has those core things that you need to include. Finally, be sure that you don't publish it. And if your teacher has this as an assignment on Google Classroom, don't ever actually turn it in, because that causes you to not have full editing access. And we want to make sure that you keep your editing access so that when you're showing this off, that you have it looking the way you want it to look. Instead, at actual student-led conferences, you're just going to click the eyeball where it says preview, and this will make it look like a real site. And you can click through it just the way it's supposed to look. It even shows you what it would look like on a phone or on a tablet. So that is how to create your site. To get back to editing, just exit the preview. And that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll be happy to help. Thanks.